I love putting buyers and sellers together. You know, forget the numbers. The numbers are important. I understand that. But putting a willing seller and a willing buyer for completely different reasons together and see them work together. The seller is happy because they're, in many cases, realize their dreams. From a buyer's perspective, they're beginning a journey that just ended for the seller of that business. And that's a wonderful, wonderful way to put two people together. The way I met Bruce, the owner of Vision Fencing, was extremely unusual. It's never happened to me before. It was a spring morning. I was on my back porch, and he was in my backyard working because I'd hired Vision Fencing to put a fence in. So he walked up to me out of the blue after I hung up the phone, and he said, "Sir, do you mind if I ask you what you do for a living?" And I said, "What I do is I bring buyers and sellers of businesses together." After my fence was installed, he said, "Can we meet again?"
I'm an Air Force brat. I tend to take a liking to physics, planes, and aerospace and stuff like that. Ended up in the nuclear industry. I was on the road, traveling internationally all over the U.S. Had 3 young kids at the time, and just really wanted to focus on being home and staying in the area. So I always liked growing businesses, except I just hadn't done my own business. I realized there was an advantage there of taking something and growing from a foundation. Viking had a lot of business to look at, a lot of good options. Mark was an incredible mentor when it came to that. You've got to really identify those important pieces that kick a business out when it's something that doesn't meet your core values of what you really want to do with that business. Mark actually gave me a good idea. It seemed like everything I was looking at was complex. I come from complexity before, power plants, and that's not what I wanted to do. Oh man, once the acquisition went through, I was so excited. My wife was there, we signed all the papers. It'll be forever imprinted in my mind. All the work you'd put into looking at the opportunities and what you might do with the business, and you create a plan for how you're gonna grow it. Day one, you get to start that, and it was so exciting. My wife and I will never forget it. Man, I love owning a business. The amount of growth we had over, I'd say about 1.5 years was times 4. So if you can imagine, a lot of my time was spent developing people. Our culture is incredible. It's all about people. Life's about purpose and people. My name's Shaun Jacobson. I own Vision Fencing in Charlotte, North Carolina.